Yo, all right. Hopefully it's working. Okay. Welcome into the SEC Unleashed podcast. Ty is tweeting out right now. He's busy. Sorry, we're a little bit late. We had to remake a shot, but we in this thing. I actually made a really cool moving background. Whenever Timmy gets here, we'll pull it out. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's fair. He might. Where's Tim? I can still do it. Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on. Let me see here. Can't hear Ty. Are you muted? Let me get you cranked. Says you. Okay, that's weird. Anything? I just muted and unmuted. You're not. I can hear you. You guys can't hear Ty? Still nothing. What the hell? Okay. It's not our day, bro. It's not our day. I know. I don't know. Let me look at something.
For it's just like it just
Can y'all hear Ty? Did it work?
Dude,
I can hear you great. Ryan,
they're saying they can't hear me.
I know. I'm asking an update. I modified something.
Oh, okay. They can hear me now.
Yes. Hey.
All right. Well, there you go.
Well, we said a lot of really cool stuff that we can't repeat now.
Yeah, you guys missed it. It's all gone.
Okay, they got time now. Sweet. What's up, Heartbroken Hog? Ryan, what up, man? Sorry, we I ain't gonna lie. I wiped my entire computer today, and I had to rebuild this entire thing. So it was exciting.
Yeah.
Is my real quick, since the chat's helping us, is my lips lined up with the words that I'm saying? Because I had to adjust that delay too. Just want to make sure, you know.
Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Right.
Bro, what is going on with my microphone? It just keeps dipping on its own, and I don't know why it's doing that.
I got an extra one. You want me to bring it to you?
It's a $300 microphone. I mean, do y'all hear it? Do you hear the dip?
I don't really. I hear it sometimes when you start messing with it. Audio is synced. Yeah. All right, dude. We got it.
Okay. So as long as chat isn't hearing the sound dip, I'm hearing it through my headphones. It's really weird.
I don't hear it at all.
Okay, good. Well, all right. That's all that matters. Of course, we're having audio trouble. We're always having audio trouble. Like every freaking time. All right. So chat, I'm good. Chat, like you can hear me loud and clear. It's so weird because on OBS, when I do it, I never have this problem. It never does this. And I could see the lights because if you look on the camera, you can see the lights and they just beep. And I can hear it in my headphones. Like it's all the way down to 2 lights. I've never seen it do that.
Ryan thinks it's a mic connection issue on yours. Heartbroken Hog doesn't hear any dip. But yeah. No, like he's saying that's probably what's wrong with it. Not right now. We can hear you, bro. But that's probably what it is. He said most of the time you're good.
Don't know. Never had this problem.
What's up, buddy?
I don't know, man. I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting really pissed.
What's the score, man?
It's 10-3 right now, but the Rams, it looks like they keep getting hit with silly flags. They hit Bo Limmer. Oh, there's a false start. No, they didn't call it.
Bo Limmer.
They hit Bo Limmer with a unsportsmanlike, and it was the softest unsportsmanlike I've ever seen. I mean, you're taught to play through the whistle, and they hit Bo Limmer with an unsportsman. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing in the NFL now? I don't know. Okay.
I don't really watch the NFL like that. I don't know. I root for teams that like the Razorbacks go to, but Other than that, that's it.
I've been a diehard Ram fan since 1994.
Old Kurt Warner days, huh?
Before Kurt Warner.
Damn.
Long before Kurt Warner. I say long before, a few years.
When Marshall Faulk and Kurt Warner is my first like memories of the Rams.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Ricky Proehl, Grant Windstrom on defense. I mean, that was a stacked team, man. Dre Bly, it was a really good team. All right, well, let's get into the SEC stuff.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the targeting call on Texas ASU?
Oh, in the playoff game? Yeah, that was targeting, dude. I saw it. Everybody because they even reviewed it for targeting. If everybody who's not a Texas fan thinks that was targeting, you know?
Yeah, I missed it. So what happened?
It was a game like altering play. And that's how Texas basically won it. Like they made the save, but the hit was with targeting. It was bad. Like helmet.
I remember the call. I remember like people talking about the call, but I didn't actually see it. And then I turned the game back on. I was in the middle of doing something, trying to watch that game. I don't remember what I was doing. But I feel vindicated. I said all along Texas was fraudulent. Not everyone agreed, but I thought they were fraudulent. I'm surprised they made it as far as they did, but like...
You thought they were fraudulent? I didn't think they were fraudulent.
Yeah, I thought they were frauds.
Really?
If we're talking about, well, because people were saying that they're legit. Well, if you're saying someone's legit, they're playing in the title game. If you go back and you look at Texas's path, go back and look at their schedule, Travis. And tell me...
Yeah, that's fair. Their schedule did suck.
Tell me what about... And then, by the way, they got to play Clemson, who did not belong in the playoffs. They got to play Clemson. And then they got Arizona State, who's probably one of the bottom four in terms of talent, total team roster talent. That was their second game. And they played really good against Ohio State. I mean, they played better than I thought they would. I mean, me, you, and Tim all said we thought Ohio State was going to blow Texas out.
Ohio State's legit. I hate to say it, but God, they're legit, dude.
So I just, they only played really, like, I'll give them maybe in total 3 legit teams. Maybe 4, depending on who you want to, who you might be in favor of. I didn't think, again, Clemson didn't belong. Arizona State, I'll give Arizona State, they deserve the right to be there. But, dude,
they got
nobody.
Some dogs. They had one of them old school Houston Nut Razorback teams. You know what I mean? Like some dogs. Yeah.
I just never bought into Texas. But, they did win a couple of playoff games. I'll give them that. But, again, this playoff, I'm glad they expanded it. They needed to expand it. And this year justified the expansion because, if you don't have the expansion, you don't have Notre Dame and Ohio State. You're talking about what's the seeds? What are these two? The 7 and the 8 seed? So, by that logic, they wouldn't even be in the playoffs, the regular 14 playoff like we've had up until from 2012 until this year. So, I'm all for the expansion, but it was goofy. You had teams in there that didn't belong. You had teams that again, you go back to, I'll say it again, Arizona State. I don't know, man. I mean, they already had 2 losses. They lost to Texas Tech and they lost to Cincinnati. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Cincinnati was 5-7. And then you pile on the Tech. Now, Texas Tech was they were okay. 8-5. They were a decent team. I'll give them that. And it was at Texas Tech. But again, there's just, I don't know. College football is just, I think it's why we got the playoffs that we got is because of how wonky the playoffs are and how wonky the NIL and the portal is. So everything just feels like it doesn't belong. Again, I'm surprised. I'm not shocked Texas made it past Clemson because I said they would win that game. I felt like Texas was going to win that game. I may have picked Clemson, but I remember having a conversation. It was either with you or someone in Discord like, no, Texas should win that because Clemson doesn't belong in the playoffs. Texas does belong.
I think it did. I just remember the front of the year, wasn't it Georgia that molly-whopped Clemson? Was that this year? I think I'm maybe getting no, I think it was at the front of this football season. First game of the year.
Trying to remember.
I think Georgia
so they
beat the shit out of them.
Well, if I remember right, they had a pretty big lead, and it ended up being like, I don't know, 37-21 or something. It ended up being like the score made it look a lot more manageable.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm getting that wrong. Who am I thinking of?
I can't remember. I'd have to look it up, man. I actually have a laptop available in front of me now because I have dual screens, baby.
Hey, I will say this. I'll give Texas this. They did go on the road and beat Michigan at the Big House when Michigan beat Ohio State at the end of the year.
Nope. August 31st, 2024. Georgia beat them 34-3.
Okay. Yeah.
Georgia beat the shit out of Clemson.
Yeah. But then the question is naturally, like, is the SEC, is it like have things evened out, and where do they stand? And like when you look at the Big Ten, how are they still out in front? I would say they are, but not
They're catching up.
Yeah, it's not the same as it was.
I think the Big Ten's as close as you're going to get to the SEC. Why the hell did that go off? Okay.
I think Minnesota just fumbled the ball.
And they got a ding for it. I said,
oh no, he may have been down. No, his knee's down.
I can't watch the game anymore because now I got our actual stream on my TV in front of me now. So this is weird.
Yeah, that is
kind of cool.
Sure
yeah, because I'm looking up a lot more than I usually do. Normally, I'm just like down here.
If Beck doesn't get hurt, Georgia wins the Natty, says Ryan. Man, I don't know.
Did you hear how much Miami's paying Carson Beck?
It's
$4 million.
Yeah.
What? Dude, Carson Beck is not $4 million good. Get the hell out of here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know what to make of the NIL anymore. Like, what is the market will always dictate the value, right? Like whatever a team is willing to pay for a player, that's just what they're worth. I mean, that's just what it is, even though they're not really worth that, right? So it's
on this NIL stuff, isn't it crazy how they can go into it with a do not contact tag, get a scholarship, land, boom, done deal, and there's no tampering looked into at all? Come on, man.
Yeah, there's none. There's no tampering.
Nobody gives a shit. They're just like, whatever.
I mean, you had a coach openly. You had a coach 2 years ago. I think it was Texas State or North Tech. I don't remember who. It was one of the smaller Texas schools. And they flat out called out Deion Sanders for tampering.
I'm sure
they went after I don't remember who, but he was like, he's on our depth chart. He's a starting player. He's a big piece of what we're doing. And the portal's not, I think at the time the portal wasn't open yet, but it's like that saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Does anything hold? Is there any one thing any more true than that saying? If I could spit that the hell out.
Dude, I hope Sam finally started tampering. I think he did. Everybody else is. What the hell are you doing here, man? Your ass is on the line more than ever. Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Who did he tamper with? Like who out of all these players? I mean,
Crutchfield would be the one I would think. Because we knew where that kid was going beforehand. He didn't have to come to Arkansas.
Well, he's also, I mean, he is from here. I mean, you're going to always have that advantage, right? I mean, kids do want, I mean, believe it or not, they get homesick, even though it's not that far from, it's not like Fayetteville's any closer to where he's from anyways. But
no, Pine Bluff's out there, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty far. But
boondocks.
I mean, I don't know, playing for your home state. I mean, you're going to always be kind of given the benefit of the doubt when you're the home state team, but it'd be different, I guess, if maybe that was a kid that was from Missouri. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. They got that tight end commit who I really do like, Rohan Jones.
I was just about to say, let's get into these tight ends. They've shored up the tight end room in like 2 days.
Yeah,
Because the kid they got today was number 1 JUCO tight end, right?
Yeah, big time JUCO prospect.
He already followed me on Twitter. Let's go.
Did he really?
Yeah, I followed him, and
Nice.
he follows back really quick, and I was like, "Sweet, dude."
Rams just scored. I don't know what happened, but the Rams just scored.
I got to pull up the score so I know whether you're going.
I'm sorry, man. If anyone that knows me, I'm a diehard Ram fan, but I also we also plan these out on Monday nights. I'm not going to skip out on my boys.
3-10 right now. Is that the current score?
Well, no, it's 16-3.
Okay.
Unless I'm behind, I may have paused this without realizing it.
Dude, it was blaring when you got on.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Ryan's actually got a really good point. He says Ward was supposedly getting 1.8 mil. Really? Oh, actually, both of you got a good point. Heartbroken Hawk said, really makes you wonder what Cam Ward was getting, considering Beck is about half the quarterback. I agree.
Oh,
that I definitely agree with.
Cam Ward was legit for a while, man. I mean, most of the year, I think he was, before the Heisman stuff started really heating up. You know, it's always those last 6 weeks is when the Heisman stuff really, you start seeing more media post about Heisman, the Heisman race. I'm pretty sure leading into that, he was considered one of the top 3 Heisman candidates. And then it just, in typical Miami fashion, it just kind of falls apart for them. This seems to happen a lot. But yeah, going back to this transfer or the tight end, I thought I had him pulled up here, and I was gonna go in on him a little bit, but I don't have it pulled up. He was a JUCO.
Screenshotted some stuff on him earlier.
He's a JUCO. Yeah, I think he's the number 1 tight end at a JUCO. Now, I always tell people, yeah, I'm all over this kid as far as like the hype and the excitement around him. He's a stud, no doubt about it. However, take JUCO rankings with a big grain of salt. They are all over the place in terms of like, you know, where these schools, how they rank these JUCO kids, and it's a different world. It's crazy. Like Arkansas they have nailed down I can remember under Petrino and Houston Nutt, guys like Rudell Krim, all the other safety, the big tall safety whose cousin played in the NFL and who died tragically. I can't remember his name. He played with Rudell Krim, but Petrino was really good at
Santos Ramirez, is it?
It might have been Ramirez, Santos Ramirez. That might be it. Like he was considered a highly rated prospect, and he really didn't do. I mean, he was okay.
He had a legendary hit in the Florida game, though. Remember, we were all blacked out. Cole Kelly was our quarterback, dude.
Was that Ramirez?
Yep. Santos Ramirez.
It might have been before Ramirez because Petrino never did the black jersey thing or the.
Okay, you're right. Oh, it was Petrino. Oh, Santos was a Bielema player.
Yeah. Anyways, his cousin was the Washington Redskins safety that was murdered. It was this JUCO kid. Anyway, I don't want to get bogged down with it, but
yeah, it's fine.
He was a highly rated JUCO player. Several, and then they just kind of like never pan out. Or you could look at someone like Montreal Spate, who was a highly rated JUCO.
Spate was awesome.
Dude, his first year was not good, but his second year was phenomenal. It got him into the NFL. His last year at Arkansas got him into the NFL. So it's so hit or miss.
Sean Taylor, maybe?
Yeah, it's Sean Taylor's cousin. That's right. It was his cousin, his younger cousin, that played in the Arkansas secondary, and he was a JUCO.
So back on this tight end real quick. The kid's 6'4", 235. I don't know if he's a receiving tight end or a blocking tight end. I'm going to presume receiving. Number 1 tight end in the nation in JUCO. 2-time first team all conference, 2-time league champions.
Jeremiah Beck is his name.
He has 10 D1 offers. Now this was on 12-4.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. I didn't see what all his offers were, but all I know is like you could, worst case scenario, chalk this up to being a really good high school recruit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to trash him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying though? Like it's equivalent to me is he's got a lot of potential. He could be awesome. It's like when you go from high school to think about it. You go from like BYA, right? The youth league. The best players from that one end up on a junior high team. The best players from that team end up on a high school team. The best players from the high school team, so on and so forth. So if he's the best in that, he's got to at least be decent, you know.
Well, I mean, again, I like him. Everything I've seen from him, I have no problem saying he is absolutely the number one tight end out of the JUCO ranks. To be fair, I couldn't name 3 other tight ends out of the JUCO ranks, but
Me neither.
He's 6'4", 240, and yeah, the rumors are that these are the 2 tight ends that they expect to be like. This is going to be tight end 1, tight end 2. You know, and I know they got Platt out of the portal, but let's be fair, he's going to be a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, and they're moving Easter to receiver. Is that right?
Well, yes, more than likely.
Yeah,
where he should have been the whole time.
It's crazy he didn't get any action in the bowl game. Isn't that weird?
I know. No, it didn't really shock me because you're talking about a guy that has played the tight end spot his entire, I think, you know, he lined up a little bit at receiver in high school, if I remember right, but like it's been his primary position at Arkansas since he's been here. And then you just move him all of a sudden out to wide receiver. That rarely does that work out. You know, very rarely have you seen a move like that where it's
Timmy's here.
Quincy McAdoo did that for the Razorbacks though. They switched him positions, and all of a sudden he was a stud.
Give me 2 seconds. I got a lot of stuff going on.
You got to move a lot of stuff around, right? He's a high school recruit, but more ready to play than a freshman. Easter is the anti-Trey Knox. I don't know, man. We got to see him play. I mean, he was a freak athlete in high school. Like Easter was the real deal out of high school. But I always thought this dude he's a wide receiver, and that's where they need to put him. And especially watching him in camp, he's not a good blocker. That's just not his role. He was never a good blocker. He was very timid.
We are here. The squad is here.
AJ Derby. I do remember AJ Derby. Yeah. Played quarterback at Arkansas, and they moved him to tight end in the NFL. What's up, Tim?
Timmy, you didn't miss much. What's
up, guys?
Ooh. Oh, you know. Living the dream. Wow.
I got a message.
Are you loud?
No, it's me.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right, everybody.
What are we talking about? I apologize for having some family issues that just needed to take care of before I could get here. I mean, they weren't serious issues or anything, just dad stuff.
Okay, I left in the middle of a podcast the other day. It's all right. I was like,
fair point.
Gotta
fair
go.
Point. I feel less bad already.
we're talking about the new tight end. Did the Rams score again?
No. Oh, I mean, it's 17-3, but it looks like Minnesota might be driving.
I'm going to zoom in on my head like you guys so I can be cool. There we go.
He just wants that Rams jersey showing in there. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I let that Rams jersey. My record is. Oh.
No, y'all go ahead. I got
my record is when I have Aaron Donald's jersey on screen, the Rams have only lost once. I've got a pretty good record.
So they can fault you for
if they lose.
Okay.
They got a nice.
Did I
lead
see somebody's coming back? Was it AJ Green's coming back? Did you guys talk about that?
We haven't talked about it yet, but yeah. Interesting.
Well, I thought the same thing.
And
we moved. I guess I know this shit drives Travis crazy.
Speaking of family stuff, my wife took my daughter's phone earlier, and my daughter came in. She's like, "I need my phone." Apparently, they made up. So
we moved Derby to tight end before the NFL dude was a good tight end for us. Well, they moved him to quarterback too, and he they were so desperate.
Oh, yeah. Derby.
You remember all that? That was crazy.
I remember AJ, yeah.
Transferred from like Iowa, right? Wasn't that where he
AJ Derby?
Yeah. Didn't he transfer
in from idea.
Like Iowa?
Yeah, he I don't remember where it was from, but I think they had a hard time finding the right fit for him the entire time he was here.
Yeah.
No AJ.
It wasn't that he wasn't a talented athlete, just finding the place to fit him in, it was just difficult.
How about Felipe Franks, speaking of tight ends and punt teams and where you don't? That was a weird deal.
Who would have thought he'd end up at tight end in the NFL? That's crazy.
Well, isn't that what they tried to do
somebody
with
on the
Deebo
punt
also?
team the other day.
They tried to do that with Tebow also, put him at tight end.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
Yeah.
no, I'm a quarterback, even though I can't throw the ball.
Let's go.
Something just happened.
I know. I'm gonna have to turn this game on mute real quick.
I'm sorry. I told Travis earlier, I was talking to Chad. I was like, I've been a diehard Ram fan since 94. Okay. I had a crisis on my hands when they moved back to LA. I was so pissed when they left St. Louis. I was so angry.
You're like mad when when Oakland left or when the Raiders left Oakland.
Well, a little different than that. You know, the Raiders were so ingrained in Oakland there. Like they were kind of the bad news bears, and they fit in Oakland, right? In St. Louis, it was a weird fit for the Rams. It really was. They've always I think
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think the fit was always that the Rams were a West Coast organization, not a Rust Belt organization, and that's fair. I had to accept that. I stuck it out with them, even with Fisher staying as the head coach. Had to go through those tumultuous, even though we had Gurley at running back, like it was just so rough, And then finally McVay comes in and just turns them around, so it paid off sticking it out with them. What were you going to say?
I was going to say roughly the same thing, that they never really were a St. Louis team. They were always an LA team, and they were kind of out of place.
Yeah, they were.
It's still weird that they had good seasons in St. Louis. And do we have a St. Louis team? We don't, right?
They have the Battlehawks,
Yeah,
So
they
no.
never replaced them. I'm sitting there thinking, like, before I say something stupid, because every once in a while I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't have that team anymore," and then it'll be like, "Oh yeah, they replaced them. I forgot."
Yeah.
But we don't have an NFL team in St. Louis anymore.
Nope.
And that's just bizarre, because I mean, even though the Rams weren't a fit, the city was a fit for an NFL team, I think.
You know what? I want to talk about this. Mr. DC said, "Hey, I went through St. Louis Rams, but stayed with Dallas when they went for LA." So, what is this clip that I've been getting tagged in about Jerry Jones saying just some crazy reason he fired McCarthy? Have you guys seen this?
That's fake. That's AI.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I'm
AI.
glad I didn't play
All
it
those
then.
Bronny James quotes are AI too.
Dude,
Yeah.
that AI is some scary shit, man.
Well, yeah, it is, and it's getting scarier,
Yeah.
dude. It really is. But if you look at the mouth, it looks weird when he kind of opens his mouth.
It's like SpongeBob at the start. You know that dude's mouth moving
Oh yeah,
on the painting.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's get into it. Where do you guys want to start? Y'all want to start with football since we're kind of already on it? Yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah, he fired Mike. I don't know who the hell they're going to get.
I'm sorry. Really quick, I want to finish up my point that I was telling Tim really fast.
Oh yeah.
I was saying to chat that I'm keeping the Rams game on, and I should probably turn it off. But I was telling chat I've been a diehard Ram fan for a really long time. I'm not going to miss a playoff game, and I'm also not going to miss, this with the boys talking SEC football. So I've got the TV muted, and I'm trying my best to stay focused in both worlds. So
That's fair.
want to make that clear.
sense.
So if I get a little,
you gotta get in those playoff wins when you can, because the next game they're going down. So
maybe. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't even know who they play next.
It'd be Detroit, right?
Oh, that'd be a fun game. The trade.
They almost beat Detroit earlier in the year, injured, banged up, and everything, and they still took Detroit to overtime. So
is this
that
a
could be
wild card
good
game or an actual playoff game?
This is a wild card game.
This is a wild card. Next week's
so
a
this
real
is intense right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Makes
gonna be a
sense.
touchdown. Touchdown! Let's go!
Dude, how many touchdowns have they made? What is the score?
23-3. 23-3.
Oh, they're killing him.
Oh no. Yeah, it would. So Washington's got to play Detroit, and then the Rams, I think, play the winner of the Eagles.
Do the Rams
because
play the Eagles?
the Eagles.
Ty and I are going to hate each other next week.
It's like a normal week.
The Commanders. The upset so far has been Washington over the Bucks. I wonder if they're not the team of destiny. Every once in a while, I don't know that a 6 seed. I don't know how far they're going to go, but The Rams scored, so it's now 24-3.
That's
You
good.
realize I'm an Eagles fan.
It's going like Georgia versus Clemson went.
Yeah.
Trying to look. Did you see the title? This one says an SEC college football playoff. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
what
wish I had
happened?
that thing on. I need that button right now.
We could start off really quick. I say start off. We could talk about Green really fast. Tim
AJ
Tim
Green
brought
comes
that up.
back as a walk-on.
I'm
Yeah.
actually pumped about it. I haven't heard anything you had to say on it really. I know it was
Well-
reported as a running back initially, but it's as a defensive back.
Yeah, defensive back. Yeah.
Can do both. I don't care.
Well,
No. They misprinted that. It was confirmed that he's coming back as a running back.
Oh,
He's coming back as a
okay.
DB.
How about that? Getting him as a walk-on. He's probably one of the best running backs on our roster. Let's be real.
Yeah, actually. I mean, that's what's wild.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hating on the running back that got out of the portal, but between him and Russell, and I'm not sold that Russell's coming back. I'm still not sold.
You still don't think so? I think he'll
No.
stay at least a year.
He's got another portal window. I don't know. I say
That's
that.
reasonable.
But you
What if
got-
Green takes over as RB1, bro? He's out of here on the first thing smoking. He'll be out of here on a Frontier flight. He don't give a shit. He's like, I'm gone, dude.
Russell's that whole situation is, I don't know. They got Mike Washington, that running back out of New Mexico State, who's, does have pretty good numbers to back it up, but you have to consider of course, the competition and all that, but he's averaging like almost 4.5, 5 yards a carry or something, 18 touchdowns, 400 something carries under his belt. So you're getting someone who at least has experience. It may not be against big
He's
time
helped win
opponents.
us games before. Like he helped us beat A&M. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Remember
You're
the
talking
year
about-
we
oh,
beat?
you're talking about Green. I was talking about
Green.
Washington.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So Washington, I was just saying, you've got Washington coming in out of the portal. Now you're going to have Green. So yeah, it was initially reported that he was going to walk on as a defensive back. I don't know where that started, but that's also what I had seen on Twitter. So I ran with it when I put together my short. But I'd also, as soon as I'm working on it, I'm reading Patreon chat and I'm in another group chat. They're like, no, that's wrong. He's gonna end up being a running back. I guess.
It was a
And
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
he
in
even
chat.
corrected it on Twitter, I think.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ
Okay.
did,
I saw someone in chat said his girlfriend had to correct.
Oh, really?
Correct it.
Well, I mean,
Ryan,
it's
that's a
okay.
great question.
It's
Ryan
okay.
says Green is 1 year removed from an Achilles, right? I don't know if it's an Achilles or an ACL. All I've seen is lower body injury. But
I don't remember what it was.
I thought it was an
Oklahoma State.
ACL because I remember seeing it as soon as he went to Oklahoma State, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks." You transfer out and you tear your shit. You know what I mean?
Well, let's remember Green has his moments at Arkansas. He's had some really good moments. Overall, he was a pretty average back. It's hard to like. Was it the offensive line? Because he was here through all that bullshit from a couple of years ago. With
He was here
how
for the
bad
9-4 season, wasn't he?
Yeah,
The
yes.
Outback Bowl. Yeah. Yep.
He was a
Yeah, that was the year we beat Texas A&M. So we've only beat him like once.
I think he was a freshman that year, if I remember right. But yeah, he's had games where he played a pivotal role. But yeah, I don't know. He's like you said though. He probably is of all the backs. I would say Russell has the higher ceiling. I would like to see Russell come down on weight. I'd like to see like Russell to me is the running back of the future. You just got to keep him here, and that's going to be a struggle. It is. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm reminded of this anytime I talk about him with anyone else. They're like, just keep in mind what's going on with his situation. If you can get him another year, great.
Boy,
so
how
don't be
lucky
shocked.
did Sam Pittman get though? That falling into his lap.
What?
That's,
What?
He needed AJ to fall into his lap. That was pretty lucky. As a walk
It was
on
an
too.
ACL, by the way. I checked it.
Is an ACL? Okay, that
It's,
sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's recoverable anytime.
Yeah,
There's
not
lots
for
of guys
Dominic
who-
Johnson.
Well, there's lots of guys who recover from an ACL and come back and have careers. I think we were talking about it offline the other day with Nick Chubb. Dude has torn every ligament
Chubb's-
in his
yeah.
knee. Every
Chubb about
single
tore his
ligament
leg
in his
off in
knee.
the NFL. That dude has gotten some bad injuries.
So I'm not saying AJ Green is Nick Chubb. I'm just saying an ACL is not the end of effectiveness.
Yeah, I think Dom Johnson healed up and then tore his other one, if I'm not mistaken. And he's still playing. He just transferred from TCU to some directional school. It was a lower school. But, hey, he wants to play. I get it.
Going to back to the tight end that committed, the portal kid, Rohan Jones. I've watched quite a bit of his film, his videos. He's first off looks like a clean route runner. Just I don't know. It's another oversized wide receiver who I hope can play a multi-role tight end. Because when you stack up on receiving style tight ends, and you got to have guys out there to block, and sometimes you could just put whoever out there. You could line an H-back up outside, whatever, if you're trying to chip block on the outside. But it's nice to know, well, they got this tight end out on the field. I don't know if he's just going to be a target or if he's going to block or what he's going to do. And when you have someone like that out on the field, and he's going to probably be a target, he's going to run a route. He's not going to be in protection. It's nice to have guys that can do a little bit of both. So I don't know where he's at as far as a blocker. I know his grades, they're actually not that bad. His run block grade is not that bad. It's 70 overall, according to PFF. His run block grade is not great, but it's okay, 61.5. But he is him and this JUCO tight end are true blue route running receiving tight ends. That's what they are. I think the JUCO kid is probably a more balanced tight end. He's a little bit heavier. I think he's at 245 now. I might be wrong on that. I think it's reported 240. Someone had messaged me and said he's closer to 246. So who knows? But don't be surprised. You're going to see some weight change coming, probably going into spring camp, and then especially going into fall camp. You're going to see some weight change. So maybe some of these tight ends will put on the necessary poundage, the muscle, and could be more effective blockers. But don't get me wrong, it's a Petrino system. They're going to be running routes anyways. So, although we didn't see enough of that last year.
All right. We're gonna answer these real quick. Ty, by the way, real quick, since we've broke the fourth wall half the show, can you see the comments on your screen now?
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
All right. So, and then you should be able to see viewer count, comment, the whole nine.
I've seen it the whole time.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. Okay. Mr. DC says 2 questions, and I'm not talking about on your actual screen. I thought it should would show it separately or something. Not just when I post.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a off to the right. I used to only see certain comments, one or 2 comments to show. Now I see them all.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Plus the one you put on the screen. Yeah.
Mr. DC said 2 questions. First one, do y'all think Green steps up under year 2 under Bob Petrino? Second is, do y'all think the O-line will take a big step? I think Green will step up. I think he's going to look a lot better next year than he did this year.
What does he mean by step up?
Probably just progress would be my guess, but
because when I hear someone say step up, that means that he was
underperforming in the first place.
Yeah.
In my opinion, aside from
yards, so it's kind of hard to say he was underperforming.
I was going to say, aside from some of the terrible throws he made, which all quarterbacks are going to make bad throws at some point.
Yeah,
look at what he was working with. If he's going to look a million times better if we even just got better receivers.
Yeah.
Or even a semblance of the same line or better, obviously. The line will control a lot of it. We better hope the line is better, because if the line gets better, everything gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So Green will look like a world beater with a good line, and he does the same kind of, even with the same kind of performance he had last year. I think, if you got better tools around him, he's going to look way better.
Not turning over the ball is, God,
those fumbles fumbles were the death of us last year.
It was bad, and that's why you look at the points per game discrepancy. I think they ended on 30, almost maybe 31 points a game, which isn't terrible. First year offense coordinator, basically new offense, new everything, quarterback, but how many games, at least another couple of wins, had you just not turned the ball over. I mean, this should have been. And I know hindsight's 2020 and all that, but they probably should have won 7 or 8 games.
Yeah,
perfect scenario would be 9, but I think they're pretty far away from 9. But yeah,
remember our predictions last year? I'm just gonna say this. I said 6-6 at the top of 7-5. Throw that out there.
I remember what I said. I think did I not? I know post fall camp I said 6-6.
I think so.
But
I'm going to sneak to a fall camp with you this year if they'll let me.
I mean, I think I nailed it from the beginning. So.
I'm going to carry a camera. I'm like, I'm his camera guy.
Yeah, I wish. Probably not. It's hard.
He's like, probably not.
I don't even like to tempt fate. Like, I'm just here to do my job. I'm always like, hey, Kyle, how you doing? All right, see ya.
Glad you're here, buddy. See, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. To answer his question, though, I think actually Travis probably, it comes down to the offensive line, and all these new pieces up front are pivotal. Robinson and the kid out of UCF, you got Carmona coming back. So
with a mean streak, coming back with a mean streak.
It starts up.
There's a lot of potential.
I think so.
There's a lot of potential. It's a whole lot of potential, and it just really, I mean, it's going to depend on how that plays out.
How are you feeling about the recruiting class now, Ty? With the addition of the recent players, still about the same?
Are you talking about just high school or overall? Like, what do you mean?
Overall, just like transfer portal, high school, the whole 9. The whole class came in. I think the portal took over so much of my thoughts that I'm like, I just kind of forgot about the high school class completely. Like that they can play,
Relative to the SEC, it's a shit class. I mean, let's just be real.
That's fair. Yeah.
Great pieces. Tavion Wallace, obviously. I am Aliava.
You were so close.
I always want to say I am Aliava, and I don't know why.
I am a leaving.
I am a leaving. Yeah. So him. Kevin Otis. I like Reginald Vaughn, actually, 6'3", 207. He's up to 270 is what I was told. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But
I don't even know who that is. What position does he play?
Heard he's someone they're actually pretty high on. He's the kid out of Hartfield Academy out of Mississippi. Defensive lineman. He's going to end up being an edge guy. They're going to try and put some weight on him. I mean, there's a number of guys, probably the 2 guys that no one's talking about. I mean, really, you could probably say there's probably 4 or 5 guys that no one's talking about. But Antonio Jordan, the receiver out of Warren, vastly underrated. 6'6", 230 pounds. He's from Warren. Like, what more do you need to know, right?
Right, yeah. If you're from here, you know what that means.
Yeah. If you're from Arkansas, you know what that's all about. And then the kid that came over with Madden from California, Jace Brown.
Ooh, yeah.
6'4", 200. And by the way, apparently several camps he dominated on the one-on-ones. He was a problem in one-on-one drills.
Brown.
And Jace Brown, 6'4", 200-pound wide receiver. So these are wide receivers. There's potential. Unfortunately, a lot of them are it's just so unproven. Again, going back to Crutchfield. I would ask you two this: Would you trade another year for Armstrong instead of just losing out on Crutchfield?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
That's my point.
There's only one guy who was battling.
We had one
balls.
receiver last year. Let's see it.
He battled. Like, he wasn't just our one receiver. He was the only one who could take the ball away from someone else.
Yeah.
The only one consistently fighting for the ball.
Really good.
What's his name? Little guy. Suddenly I've forgotten him. He decided to transfer.
Wow.
From Fayetteville.
What is his name? Come on, man. Satania. Oh, my God. Yeah, he went to OU.
So Satania had, a couple of good catches, an amazing catch at the end zone. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he really didn't do much from a receiving standpoint. Broden was just butter hands all season long. I mean, Armstrong's the only one. He could catch an open ball. He could catch a covered ball. It didn't matter. I would trade him for an unproven guy in a heartbeat. A year with Armstrong for an unproven guy in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So that's-
I know there was a comment. Sorry. There was a comment asking if our wide receiver core will be better next year. And I'm like, well, we only had one guy. So yeah, probably if we can get half the production out of two guys that we got out of Armstrong, we might be okay. You know?
Well, and imagine how much that would have helped last year, the ability to spread the ball around. And yeah, you know, I keep hearing this. Oh, Green can't make reads. Green can't make reads. Man, he had about 2 seconds to get rid of the ball. I mean, let's be real. The first half of the season, the first about 7 games, I know this because I kept track and I watched almost every game twice. This dude was not given time to get rid of the ball. But when he did, guess who he was going to? He was going to the only reliable receiver on that roster. So, yeah, that's, you know, kind of a point I would make when people ask me, you know, about the receiver room. Like, okay, but how did they actually upgrade? We don't know. So that's kind of my response. Is I have no idea. I don't know. Crutchfield's good, no doubt. Freak athlete out of high school.
Any worse?
My son actually played against Crutchfield, and he said it was not a good time.
But you know, it couldn't get any worse than what it was. You have one receiver, so now we have none. That's the only way it really could get worse. We don't have none. We have some guys who have caught.
I think we got some really good potential.
I got worse. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of potential in there. So, who the hell knows, man? We'll know maybe spring, but maybe not, right?
Yes and no with spring ball. Like you could get a pretty good idea of what guys are going to do, like in terms of roster or like depth chart. You'll get a pretty good idea. There will be the thing that I've learned. I've been to 2 spring camps now, and I've been to 3 fall camps. The thing I've learned is sometimes there's this transformation of these players coming out of summer workouts going into fall camp. Like you kind of see, man, that guy's got bigger thighs, or that dude's a little bit bigger in the biceps, or this guy's midsection's a little bit more, you know, a little more like fluffy. He's put on some weight. You know, those are the things. What
I said, that's me. A little more fluffy.
Oh yeah. That's me. That's me. No matter what time of year it is, but yeah. So spring camp will be interesting to see where they line up, and also like if Crutchfield comes in and he's immediately running with the ones, and he's dogging people on one-on-one drills and fastball, you know, and we get to see it. Yeah, obviously that's going to have a major impact on what I'm gonna say, because first thing I'm going to do when I leave camp or leave a day of practice, I'm going to go right to my phone. I'm going to record what I saw to Patreon. Patreon people are going to get that first, and they're going to know, hey, here's what I saw. I don't have a writer to walk around with me, or an assistant to walk around with me and write down everything. So there's going to be some things I miss, but I
can be that guy.
How many times did Travis have to volunteer for you? What do you want from him? Travis, get on your knees.
I work for
They're not going to give me anyone to come in with me, but it'd be great if they did. It would. It'd be awesome, you know. But it'd be nice to have someone with a camera help me out, you know, to get more footage where I'm not, because that's oftentimes the shitty part. Like I'm down with the tight ends, but then the defense is on the opposite side of the field, so I have to pick and choose every day. Like, okay, I guess I'm just going to focus on, you know, maybe the defensive line, depending on how many periods they give us. But
we just need to apply for our credentials, bro.
I mean, I'm sitting here watching Travis' eyes light up like he wants someone with a camera.
Yeah,
and
so
we get Ty kicked out. We need him. He needs it.
Your friendship right now.
Sure, I didn't hear that. What, Travis? What?
I said Travis wants to test your friendship right now.
Yeah, for his career. No.
Who knows? I may not. All of a sudden, I may just not be invited back. I'm always like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get to go this spring or not.
Told you we need to just apply, bro, and figure out what we got to do. Like, do you got to have a certain amount of YouTube channels, viewers? How's that work?
We'll have to talk off air.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, anyway, let's get into this basketball because I'm tired of football. I'm still sad about it. First
Basketball.
one. Yeah. Well, I guess basketball ain't no better, is it? Right now.
What trouble in Chicken Land?
That would be Arkansas, sir. What the hell is wrong with Nelly? What is wrong with him?
Why is he broken?
His confidence is shook. He's shook.
Dude. I mean,
He's
I just
shook.
wonder if it's even fixable at this point. Or
He's in his own head.
the
Nelly's
guys-
in his own head.
he
will
went 0
not,
for 8 the other day.
he will not perform this season. He's in his own head. It's over.
Dude. So, you know how bad that would suck to be an NIL guy who invested in him? It's like, well, I guess he's just in his own head this year. We're screwed. Like, what do you do at that point?
He's
You
shook.
know? It's crazy.
I wonder if it's the style of play too. Like it is different. You know, this is more of a dribble drive. You know, whereas at FAU it was more like a little more pick and pop and dribble drive kick out. You know, I mean that's what they did a lot of at FAU.
I
but-
mean, I hear
yeah.
you. I hear you. But at the end of the day, it's not like he hasn't gotten open looks. An open look's an open look. He's had
Well, that
open
and,
looks.
and did he not know
Not
what he was getting into? You can't tell me he just walked in and goes, I need $1 million.
I don't
All
know
right,
who
cool. I'll play
Calipari
for your
is.
team, bro.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
who
know his
Calipari
offense,
is,
dude.
Like, but I'll take your money. Nah,
he needs to be making shots. There's no doubt about that. There are guys I think that are just system guys, and I kind of wonder if that's what he is. But also, he should still be contributing. 0 for 8. What the
Yeah.
hell? Like, what is
Terrible.
There's no excuse for that. It doesn't matter the system. 0 for 8.
You're playing so
Like-
bad, you're my thumbnail, bro. It's not good. It's not good.
again, if they're gonna pay that much money, I'll go 0 for 8 for him right now. No problem.
Dude, and
It's
no
crazy.
other
It's my
stat.
job, and I have a cool ass job, and I will quit my job right now to go 0 for 8 for Coach Cal.
Absolutely.
No other stat. That's what's wild. Like in that game, I think he had maybe a rebound. Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're looking
I
at it,
would-
like
Let me look it up. Dude, yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's how a guy who can't score contributes. You rebound. You play defense.
yeah,
You
dude,
get
Dennis
rebound,
Rodman
you
on,
go
bro.
back up with it. You get an offensive rebound to go back up with it. You contribute in some way. You want to get your shot back. You go to the glass. You get the ball, and you get it right back up on the backboard.
Yep.
That is how you break that kind of slump. And he is not doing.
Yeah, John L.
He's not
Davis
doing
played 20 minutes, went 0 for 8, 3 rebounds.
3 boards.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That's it.
3 boards,
What's
20 minutes.
PF?
Personal fouls.
Personal,
Yeah.
2 fouls.
Wild.
Okay, sorry.
3 boards,
Was not
2 fouls.
clicking. Yeah, I do got to show you guys this great video. This is why Rick Barnes was in the thumbnail as well. I'm gonna pull it over. Here we go. 1 second. All right, whoops. I gotta get you guys in here. Sorry guys, we're going on the fly. There's Timmy.
Oh.
And there's Ty. There we go. No problem. All right. Check this out.
All right, Rick
I
Barnes.
took him out first play of the second half because he didn't shoot the ball. That play was designed for that shot. And I told him, I said, if you're not going to do what you're getting paid to do, you sit over here because he is getting paid to do that.
They laugh.
I took
They
him
laugh,
out
but
first play.
I mean, that's the world we're in,
Well, in
man.
that case, bench Nelly for a couple games.
Yeah.
Explain to us-
Seriously.
Explain to us why Nelly is first down. Explain to us why Nelly is getting these minutes. Explain
Yeah,
that.
why
to
is
me.
he getting 20 minutes, dude? I'm out here watching him and I'm like, get him off my screen, dude.
There was another game where he had like 25 or 30 minutes, and I think he ended up with like 4 points. He was like, I don't know, 2 of 9. I don't know. It was a bad game, and it was like almost 30 minutes of play with very like maybe 2 or 3 boards, you know, similar to what we just saw against Florida. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What is the
Yeah.
what's going on? And I'm gonna until Cal proves me wrong. I said this last week here, and I think I said it on Tuss Talk. I just don't know that winning is his top priority at Arkansas. Am I wrong in thinking that? Like, have you watched his post-game pressers?
Yeah.
He wasn't even aware of how poorly. Now, I know you're not going to know the exact number of missed layups, but when they told him he had to, what?
He
What?
argued
2
with
of
him. He's like,
16?
no. Man, I don't know.
He didn't
dude.
know the next opponent. He didn't know who the next opponent was. And to be fair, okay, maybe you're focusing on one opponent, but there's these. It's like Jenga or whatever that game is. Where you pull the bricks.
Jenga, yeah.
Jenga. I
Jenga's
don't,
a way different movie.
know. This feels like a way to retirement. I don't know. Like I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, did he just do a quick 10 mil a year grab? Who the hell? Like, why? Why does this always happen to us, man? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
we get a good coach and he's out. He don't care. It's like, oh, sweet, dude. This is awesome. So
if anyone,
did you see the tweet I made the other day? Said,
the brick.
Fine.
The
It said,
brick dude.
no, I made that too. Yeah, the brick guy. No, I was just, I was like, dear Kentucky fans, like y'all said Cal would suck during the tournament. What the hell is this? Like,
I said that in the post game. I
Did you?
literally, I said that in the post game. Those are my exact words.
that's
I told
hilarious.
I said, God, apparently you're not listening to my post games, Travis.
I didn't. I was very mad that day.
I said
Travis
Kentucky
Brown's his
fans,
he doesn't listen to you.
Kentucky fans are moving the goalpost. I said when he
I did hear that.
job,
I did hear that. You're right.
when he took the job, he said, or the fans were telling us, Kentucky fans were telling Arkansas fans, "Oh, well, okay, yeah, you might be okay during the season, but you're gonna be a one and done in the tournament."
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a catch! Oh my God.
How much does the first year
Cooper
have anything to do with it, dude? With the transfer portal, you're kind of
I
out of
don't know.
excuses, dude. You recruited. I think the biggest problem with this team is that they were so highly recruited and such an expensive team and so much star power that we expected them to be good, like really good. Then when they come in and suck, you're just like, what the hell are we doing, man?
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's why Hog fans are so pissed right now, like so quickly. You know,
What do you guys think?
Well, quick question. Where were we at this point last year?
You're bad.
do we have the same caliber of players? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we didn't. Last year?
Nick Smith,
Oh, you mean the
Well,
guy in the hospital?
Brown.
You what? Oh,
Baraka.
you talking about? Okay. All right, that's fair. Jordan Walsh, yes.
Yeah. Now, don't tell me we didn't have talent last year. We had a massive recruiting class.
I just mean
Where
the same
were we at this
caliber
point
of
last
this,
year?
though. Like we
No, we
five
didn't
star,
have
five
one
star,
more-
five star, 5-star.
But my point is, we had what we had was the same situation, a whole team rebuild basically, with 5-6 guys who were super highly rated, who came out and didn't quite perform the way that we thought they would perform to start the SEC season. Nick Smith never panned out until the NCAA tournament. I'm not sure he panned out then.
Ryan said that was 2
it's not
years ago.
Super
sucker.
surprising when you're rebuilding a team that had one guy return from it, and that guy sucks compared to his freshman season. Brazil's never been the same since he got hurt. I will maintain that to my dying day. He's like Mr. Glass from.
Oh, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, you're right, Ryan.
Yeah, y'all. I kept trying to correct y'all, but that was 2 years ago.
You just
Yeah,
gotta
because
press the
Baraka.
button.
I'm sorry, Walsh.
Oh,
Baraka.
Walsh was with the Celtics. He was with the Celtics last year.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
he still is, but
Yeah.
he was there when they won the.
Who was our
years,
squad
whatever.
last year? Can you pull it up, Ty? Do you remember it? I don't remember who our team was last year.
Well, I've got
Devo, Brazil,
yeah,
Graham. Who else? I know there's more.
well,
You're
you
right.
had
it was 2 years ago. Either way,
The
whole
I remember
the
those
whole
three.
point
I don't know what's going on
the
there.
whole point was we've gone through this before. It's not a surprise to see 5 or 6 guys come in to lead this team. They have trouble gelling. They don't perform the way that you expect them to because the team's in a complete rebuild, even if it is 5-star guys. So I'm not surprised. I'm not.
Is it a
hoping
rebuild
not.
though?
Well, you had Brazil. Who else did you have come back that you weren't rebuilding?
But he literally got to handpick his team. Is my problem with it.
Yeah, but that's
not
what
like
I'm
he
saying.
got the
He's
bottom
never
of the
seen
barrel
it.
here.
Okay, but where was the chemistry coming from?
No, yeah, that takes time.
Where's the chemistry supposed to come from? If you start with one guy,
That's a $10 million a year problem. That's not my problem. Do your fucking job.
you got to build it. You've got to build it. So I'm not completely, throwing the baby out with the bathwater at the moment. I think he's right. Heartbroken hog. I did totally block out last year. You're 100% right,
dude. I was so mad. I think
because
you're right.
last year we spent all of that time focused on Devo, Brazil, and was it Graham and all their little Twitter nonsense crap. So yeah, I blocked all that out. But my point being, we still got time to build chemistry and do something with this team. I'm not completely lost on them yet, and I'm not surprised that they haven't gelled yet. I am surprised that Nelly Davis hasn't scored worth anything, but the rest of it, I mean, they do have to gel at some point.
I'm very curious to see the recruiting class.
I mean, what is his shooting percentage on the season right now? Is it like 18% or something?
I was gonna say it's got to be real low. Ty, you got that number?
Who's
Nelly on the year?
Nelly's getting 8 points a game. He's shooting 33% outside.
All right.
What's he shooting field goal percentage?
40,
right.
Almost 41.
For real?
Not as bad as I thought.
Well, remember before he went out again, he did start knocking down threes. He did.
Was yesterday or was Saturday his worst game of the year?
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
0
for 8.
Yeah.
0 for 8 is pretty bad. But before they took him out again the second time, he had like back-to-back 50% or close to 50% performances outside. Overall his shooting was like 42%, 43% from the floor. This game obviously had a huge impact on his percentage, but I should say huge. But, so he's
a 0 on an assignment will kill your grade, dude. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah.
Same deal.
Sure.
Kills the average.
But like even when he was in a groove shooting high percentage, he still wasn't like blowing the stat sheet up. Like he was still getting like maybe 10 points, right? I think his best game of the year, I think maybe he scored, God, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 points is his highest. I could be wrong. I might be mixing that up. But so he's not really had that moment yet where we're like, oh my God, that's who we were promised. And to Tim's point, maybe we'll find it. Maybe they'll gel. Maybe there's chemistry that they're still trying to find. I'm with Tim on that. I think they will. I think they are capable is what I should say, because the individual talent, this is a top 4, top 3 SEC roster in individual talent. But
yeah, I think they'll.
You don't have chemistry. If you don't have chemistry, you don't have shit. I mean, that's just,
So I think the fear is they don't find chemistry and they give up on the season as players. Like they just kind of count it as a loss, and I'm going to go find my next team next year. Where you hope instead of giving up and that they'll come together and figure it out. It could go either way. I still have hope that they gel though as a team.
Yeah,
I agree, and I still think they will. To be honest, I am being bitchy, but I think it's just because, and like I said, I just think my expectations got ramped when I started seeing all those stars. If this was a regular ass, like, and I'm making the graphics, I'm like, man, when there was one that was a 4-star, I was like, oh, that's weird, and I got a little spoiled there. So I think expectations came with that.
They got a couple 4-stars on this roster that are just 4s.
I think everybody else was one of them.
Everybody else is so highly rated out of high school, but
I'm very curious to see how deep he goes next year, because I don't think he'll do a 9-person team again.
Oh no, yeah, that's gone. Yeah,
I think he's like, that was stupid.
Yeah, and he even kind of admitted to that. It's 2-3 weeks ago when he said that. I forgot what he said, but it was something to that effect. That it's like, talking about the injuries and only having the 9. Yeah, you need to be, I don't know. Some teams do go with the 10 to 11 rotation or provide, I should say, 10 to 11 guys that are capable players and that are true scholarship guys, that are true NIL guys. When you've got 9 and you've dealt with the kind of injuries, he also said several weeks ago, like they were just starting to scrimmage, and that is wild. Like they weren't scrimmaging. They weren't able to have a full scrimmage until like I think 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and that is crazy if I read that right. If
So
I understood it correctly.
Did he bring in a bunch of injured players like Adu and Davis? Were they were all injured when they when
I don't remember when they got injured. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think Nelly's might have been a off-season injury, just like after he got here. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I know this much: like Brazil is injury prone, right? I mean, we know that he's injury prone.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't miss at least another game or two due to injuries, and thank God it's never been anything like, well, of course you had the year where he had to miss, but like it's never been career ending.
I think Adu came alive a little bit the other night. He's starting to get a little bit more grit to him.
I mean, we really just need several guys to put together a game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They never do that. They don't do that
at the same time. So
yeah, they got to figure that out.
That screams chemistry.
I'm going to the Georgia game next week or this week. I guess it's this week, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Let's see. We better win a damn game. I'm just saying. When is the Georgia game?
You jumped Johnny Broom. We went from trouble in Chicken Land to Rick Barnes keeps it real.
Yeah, we jump around every show.
Auburn
We jump around
number one spot, only to lose their best player for an undetermined amount of time.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before.
Out while we play them.
We were talking about this before, and apparently it's a low ankle sprain, so he won't be out that long.
I don't wish injury on any player on any team, but if they're already injured, I wish them to stay injured until they finish, until we play them, and then they can come back.
I like that.
You're already injured. Just stay out through the Arkansas game, okay?
Oh, the Georgia game is the 22nd. Okay. Well, we got 2 games before then. Looks like
it's LSU and Missouri this week.
Yep, LSU. Okay. Man, it'd be nice to have a little bounce back week, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they need to get these wins on the road. They're going to be quad 2s, I think. I'm almost positive those are quad 2s.
Missouri's 13-3. LSU is 11-5.
Yeah, but you got to look at their net. Like, look at their net ranking. Like Georgia will be by the way, that will be a big one. They're 26th right now in the net ranking.
Yeah, they're 14-2 right now. 23rd maybe.
Both away games, if I remember right. These are not home games, so.
Yeah, no, LSU. Yeah,
LSU, even if LSU was bad at LSU, is always tough. At Missouri is pretty much always tough, even if they're not great.
Ty Ryan's got a good point. He said, "Please explain the quad thing real quick. How does that work? Do you know?"
I don't know the specifics on how it works, but like you've got quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, quad 4 matchups. I don't exactly know how they come to the conclusion of who's.
I know it's like team caliber, basically, like how important a win is.
It's all based, they just give them the net ranking based on those quad wins. Net ranking's been something not super old school. This is something pretty new, along with what was the other one they used to use? There's another ranking they used, and there was a rumor going around the NCAA selection committee was going to do away with using it, and I forgot what it was.
It's a weird name. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not RPI. But anyways, whatever. But yeah, so Missouri would be.
All right, Cal. Anyway, whatever. Coach Cal move.
Missouri would be 34th in net ranking, so that's pretty good. I think that would qualify as a quad 2. This is not my area of expertise. Like this stuff is not my area of expertise.
I don't know nothing about it.
Arkansas currently is 49th on the net ranking. And considering who you have left, you're absolutely in win now mode. 0-3 is it's not great, but it's even worse when you consider, yes, there are opportunities. There are plenty of quad 2, quad 1 opportunities. You want those quad 1s. The problem is you've got a lot of those, and how many right now you are 1-5 versus quad 1. Horrible. And you've got more. Not good. You've got more quad 1 games coming up. Your only quad 1 win was Michigan. And Michigan's kind of, they're okay. But that was a neutral floor win. That was not a road win, a true road win. And according to this, Arkansas is yet to play a quad 2, so that should tell you plenty. They've played 6 quad 1s so far, and they're
Looks like
7-0.
Ryan just Googled it and answered his own question. It says a quad 1 win in college basketball refers to a victory against a team within the top 30 of the net.
Top 30, okay.
Top 50 at a neutral site or top 75 on the road. Okay.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, so top 75 is a quad 1?
On the road.
On the road.
Yes.
On the road. Okay. Interesting.
Damn, so we were a quad 1 win the other day for them?
I guess so, yeah.
That sucks.
If you're looking at the net, yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
Awesome.
there you go.
Way to go.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've got then if that's the case, all these remaining games are quad 1s on the road. I don't think they play a non-quad 1 until maybe South Carolina, and I'm not even sure where South Carolina's at on here. But
I think they're pretty decent, dude.
No, they're 90th.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not good, man.
Oh no, who'd they give hell the other day? They almost beat somebody the other day.
Well, in terms of what they are at home, right? Like they're going to be or on the road, they're going to be a quad. I don't know.
Maybe it was Kentucky or somebody they played. But I was like, oh, they might win, and they did not.
Yeah. So a lot of opportunities, but a lot of tough games. I mean, right now I don't have them in. I mean, they've got to prove it to me. They got to show me that they're capable. They've yet to have a true good road win. Miami shouldn't count. Miami's pretty bad.
And their coach quit.
And their coach, yeah. So, prove it to me. Get some big wins. You're supposed to win at home. I mean, that's always been the thing with Arkansas, Bud Walton, until last year. And obviously now this year, it looks like it won't be the difficulty we thought it would be. Damn it, Minnesota scored. Son of a bitch.
I was going to ask you how the game was going.
Well, Rams got a pretty good lead here. I think it's 27 to now 10.
27-10. It could happen for the Vikings. My fantasy football's over. I don't care, bro.
Hey, I paid you. You got that right.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I paid out my buddy who kicked our asses today.
I want to send me a receipt, bro. I want to write that shit
Write it off. You should, bro.
I lost every single paid lead because I just don't know what it is. I do this every year where I'm like, yeah, I'll sign up, and then I don't mess with it. I don't adjust the roster except maybe once, maybe twice. I've done this now 2 years in a row. That's not me making excuses. Anyone who's in my leagues, any of those leagues, Discord, Tuss Talk Discord, your league, and another friends of mine who also owe money. I owe them money in their league. I never adjusted my roster. I had people texting me like, dude, so-and-so's hurt and you've got him starting. I'm like, my bad. I don't know. Like kickoffs in 5 minutes. So too late.
Well, this year was at least for my team, was a particularly injury prone year. It seemed like every time someone was poised to have a big game, they got injured and say like, oh, he's going to score 28 points this game. That's what we expect. And then they're like, oh, he's out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually
I'm injured in practice.
You what?
Every time I had a guy who was predicted to get a significant amount of points, he got injured.
I actually didn't have too many injuries this year. I got second place, no big deal.
I still made the playoffs, and I did it with almost an entire different roster than I started with because I kept having to drop guys for injury.
I did that in Michael's league. I just kept getting guys injured. I was like, God dang.
I think I might have one player that I started the season with.
Ty, let's get into our next hope, our cycle of sadness. I like to call it our next sport. Baseball preseason top 25 released the other day.
Yeah, Arkansas's 5th.
I'll take that. Man, I'm just hold on. Was it? Jeez, sorry. Very curious about the baseball team. I don't follow baseball recruiting very much. You guys keep up with that? Like, what's our team looking like? I don't know anything about it.
No idea.
Sweet, we're ready.
well,
I haven't.
I don't know a whole lot either, but I do know this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SEC teams in the top 10. So
Naturally.
it doesn't matter how good we feel about it. We're the third SEC team, and we're in the top 5. So 2 SEC teams, no, 3. We're fourth. There's 3 SEC teams ahead of us in the top 5.
Yeah,
So
looks like A&M,
it's gonna be a
LSU,
tough
Tennessee,
season. It
you're
doesn't
ahead of
even
us.
matter. Yeah, it's going to be a good season. It doesn't even matter, or tough season, no matter what.
Our final rank last year was 17th. Dang.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that's a disappointing year.
Yeah, apparently Virginia's pretty good too. They're up there. Oh, naturally Oregon State. I'll hate them forever. Was it Oregon State? The ball of doom, the drop of doom.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah,
Oregon State. And I was at Baum Walker because they played the game on that video screen in outfield, and so I went and ran into a whole bunch of people that knew who I was from my show, and we were talking about, in the middle of us talking about, having a parade down Dixon Street. It wasn't me, to be fair. I didn't start the conversation. They did. But I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to see that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then literally we're watching, they get back from break on the screen, and I don't know what at bat that was, but the pop-up, and we're going, everyone's like high-fiving, dude. It's crazy. And then I swear to God, they show the drop, and you could hear a pin drop inside Baum Walker, and I shit you not, a quarter of that stadium emptied. They left.
Really?
And every one of them were like, "Nope, it's over. We're not going to win. We're done."
Whatever happened to Mr. I Gotta Be a Hero?
Mm-hmm.
I have no
Who
idea.
was that guy?
I don't know. Probably.
I
don't even remember his name.
At Bears Den.
Mr. I gotta run from the other side of the field to make this catch when there's a first baseman right there that could have made the catch. I gotta call him off from second base like an idiot because I want to be the hero.
Ryan said Carson Shaddy. I bet
Shaddy.
I bet there's a voodoo doll in Ryan's closet of Carson somewhere.
Shaddy, yeah.
Worst day of my life.
And there's never been there's never been a greater example of hero syndrome than that play right there.
That was crazy.
That was miserable.
So A&M in first place, LSU in third, Tennessee fourth, Arkansas fifth. Right? Is that what that?
Yep. Yeah. Followed up by Georgia 8th, Florida 10th. I'm trying to cover all the SEC here. Vandy 16th. Mississippi
Ryan,
State 18th.
Sometimes you can be the legend for the wrong reason.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
Didn't he do a lot of good? I don't know. I had just started watching baseball when that happened. Naturally, I was bandwagoning. That's what I do.
Yeah, you and John Haas.
I bandwagon the wrong teams always, man.
John's got like 3 favorite NFL teams. He's a Texas fan. He's a Texas fan and an Arkansas fan. I don't understand that, man. I get. Oh,
sorry. One of our friends, Dara, is a Alabama fan and a Michigan fan, and I was like, I hate both of those teams, bro. What is wrong with you?
You only hate them for now.
Who, Bama or Michigan?
You could turn on a dime.
There's certain teams, I just say it. I don't ever do it. There's certain teams I can't do it, man.
I get kind of cheering for someone. Like, I kind of like them. Like, all right, I kind of like them. I'm not a fan of them, but I'll if they win, cool. I get that. But like being a legitimate fan of multiple teams, I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not hating on anyone. I'm not condemning.
Yeah, you said John sucks.
Who said that?
You did.
No, I didn't say John sucks. No, not at all.
Travis is a fan of OU, so.
Am I? I was born there. Maybe I should have stuck with them all those years. I was liking the Razorbacks early, and then I would have been a lot happier, man. I wouldn't have, wouldn't have to pull them grays out of the beard. I'm screwed. Every time I try to ditch, I'm just like, I can't do it. I love them. Yeah. It's like I have a wife that beats my ass and cheats on me, but I'm like, man, she's such a nice person.
Oh my God.
Batter Razorback syndrome, dog.
Ouch.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
And Ryan said, I hate everyone
baseball's
but
gonna be a
Arkansas. Hell yeah, brother. Me too.
But I hate Arkansas a lot too. Finish that take. That's right.
Yeah, but like we can talk shit about Arkansas, but nobody else can. You know what I mean?
It's like your little brother. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If only we could help them beat the levels, you know.
Well,
To each their own.
I was gonna say, Ty, you getting sleepy over there?
Yeah,
No,
Ty's ready to
my
watch
eyes-
the rest of this game. I'm probably gonna wrap it up.
No,
I'm
I'm
sure.
paying attention. Do we still need to talk? We still got a couple more.
No, we killed them
Yeah.
all. They
Did
are
we?
done. Yeah.
We
We
didn't talk about Broom.
talked about Broom a little bit.
we
We
did.
mentioned the high ankle.
I guess we did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back. He'll probably be back in time to beat us, so don't worry, guys.
February. What was it? The 19th? February 19th?
For
Okay.
Auburn, yeah. All I know is that the Kentucky one is the first game in February because I've been watching that one, and the more the season progresses, the less I
So
look
are we-
forward to that game because we're going.
Clarify:
rough.
Are we doing a game companion for Kentucky?
Yes.
Okay, Ty.
Are
Are we
might as well.
doing in person, or are we doing like this?
No, it would be getting a game companion like this would be miserable. We would literally have to sync up all of our TVs. It would be
We got
nightmare.
a shit busy schedule on Saturday from here on out. So I'll have to double check whatever game
It's an
y'all are
8
wanting to do. Did you
p.m.
say
game
Kentucky?
if that helps at all.
On
The Kentucky game
oh,
is 8
for
p.m.
Kentucky,
on
okay.
February 1st, so it'll be toward the end of the day. That'll be a
Okay.
fun one. Maybe we can get you to drink.
Yeah, probably not. If I got to drive, I'm not going to drink.
I got mattresses, bro. We can work this out.
Yeah.
My buddy slept in the studio the other day. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I also fell off a computer chair and injured my leg. That was awesome.
Well, that's
Yeah, I'm just now starting to walk regular again. It was miserable, dude. Well, I was drunk and there's a rolly chair and I just needed to unplug the studio lights so my buddy could go to sleep in here. And I was like, yeah, I can stand up and grab this. No problem. Grab the first cord, yank. I was like, oh, cool. Second cord, I had to go a little further for that one. Overextended and just ate shit, dude. It was bad. My mother-in-law read it. She's like, you okay? I was like, no, I'm not okay. I weigh 300 pounds. Nothing's fun for me.
yeah.
was
On
bad.
that note,
Yeah.
on that note, everybody stay safe.
Yeah.
Stay
don't get
warm.
drunk and get in computer chairs. Please like it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Building the YouTube channel is very hard and very time consuming. Ty knows what I'm talking about.
No shit.
Dude, seriously. Yeah, it takes 2 minutes and it's free. Come on, man. Or it takes 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's not that hard to just create an account because you get a lot of those people too who don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't create.
Even if
an
you're on
account. They want-
Twitter, because we always have more Twitter viewers, just like the damn video, on YouTube. Like, subscribe to the page. It doesn't take long. It's free.
They got Warren G on the screen right now.
Really?
He's rapping.
Just hit the east side of the LBC. Warren G, baby. All right, boys. I'm going to get out of here.
All right, man.
See ya.
See ya.
Next week.
Next week.